Okay, so we've looked at character styles, and the last activity was creating a character style for the bold underlined text and for the yellow highlighted text. We're now moving on to paragraph styles. So you'll see that you have a paragraph styles panel here. Now, paragraph styles is much more likely to be the one that you use more often because it includes character styles. So when you make a paragraph style, not only are you recording, so if I take my type tool and I click, say, in this heading here, not only are you recording the paragraph formatting that you've included in that paragraph, but also the character style, in other words, the font size and all of that stuff. So paragraph styles are more useful in terms of formatting whole pieces of a document. So what we're going to do here is we're going to create paragraph styles for the different parts of this particular text frame, and we're going to apply it again just to see how that works. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to zoom out, and I'm going to hold with my selection tool, hold down Alt and make a copy of this text frame here, and we're going to remove all formatting from it. So I'm going to, with just the text frame selected, I'm going to go to paragraph styles, and I'm going to, you see where it says basic paragraph, I'm going to hold down Alt or Option on the Mac and click on that, which says remove all other styles, go back to the basic paragraph style. I'm then going to go to character styles and click on none. So now we basically just have a paragraph that contains, or at least a text frame that just contains different bits of paragraph text with no formatting. So let's have a look at how this works. So I'm taking my type tool, and I'm going to just place my cursor in the heading here, school, go to paragraph styles, and I'm going to click on the little create new style. And then I'm going to go to I'm going to double click on it to open it up, and I'm going to call this heading. And press OK. I think that's basically all. There might be some things I may need to come and change about it, but that should be okay. So we've got a heading paragraph style. Now I'm going to place my cursor in the deck here, but not on that character style with the yellow highlighting, just somewhere else, and make a new paragraph style. Double click, and I'm going to call this deck. Okay, then the first paragraph here has got a drop cap in it, so I'm going to make a paragraph style for that. So I'll place my cursor in the first paragraph, make a paragraph style, and I'll call it body text with drop cap, and OK. And then I'm going to place my cursor in the rest of the text here, body text, and make a paragraph style. Double click, and I'll call it body text. And then finally, this little reference down here, I'm going to click in there, and when you create a new paragraph style, if you hold down Option or Alt when you make it, it automatically opens up the options as well. So this is going to be reference, or let me call it source. Okay. So now let's see how well this works. So I'm going to take this unformatted. So the only thing that's formatted here is the text frame, which is set to 2 columns, which is fine because that's not part of the paragraph style. So I'm going to take my type tool, and I'm going to select school programs and click on heading. Okay. Then I'm going to select the deck, and I'm going to click on deck. I'm going to select the first paragraph just by 1, 2, 3, 4 clicks, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's going to be body text with drop cap. And then I'm going to select the rest of the text here except for the source at the bottom, that will be body text. And then I'm going to select the source at the bottom and click on source. So you can see how very quickly I can format using paragraph styles. Whoops. So if I just go back here, let me just double check that I have applied the styles here. So yes, heading, deck, body text with drop cap, body text, and source. So the beauty with this is that if you've got a document where you're going to use the same formatting throughout the document, if you need to make a change later, you can make a change to the style and everything will change. So for example, if I wanted the school programs heading, that's the heading style, to change to, let's say, a different color, I can just select nothing, double click on heading, and let's just go to character color, and just for argument's sake, let's just make that yellow and say okay. And so everything that has that particular paragraph style applied to it will become yellow. Now if I make a change locally, so if I take my type tool and I do something here, so let me just select that and let me set it to back to paper, you'll see that what happens is if I place my cursor in an area that has a paragraph style applied to it, but something locally has been changed, I get that little plus button next to that style saying that there's something happening here that's preventing it from applying the style exactly. And what's happening is I've put in a white color locally. So I have two choices. I can either hold down Alt or Option and click on that style to remove the local override. I'm just going to undo that. Or I can redefine the style if I like that override and I want that to apply to every instance. So I'm going to select that and go up here and choose Redefine Style. And now it redefines that style to all the paragraph settings. Okay, so that's working with paragraph styles. And then one other thing I want to do is, I'm just going to delete that now. So that was just an explanation. We're going to go to our page 3, which is our contents page. Press W so you can see your columns. We're going to take our type tool and we're going to drag out a text frame. And okay, it's applying some sort of weird style here, so I'm going to go back to basic and make sure there's no character styles being applied. So the contents page, if I just zoom in, is going to have 4 pages. 4 and 5 is going to be, I'll press enter. So instead of pressing enter, which is a paragraph break, I'm going to press shift and enter, which is a forced return. And I'll explain to you why I'm doing that in a moment. So it's not a proper paragraph break. And then I'm just going to type in here, Intro to Durban Botanic Gardens. Then I'll press enter and I'll type 6, 7, and then shift enter for a forced line break. And I'll type education and then enter for a paragraph break. And then page 8, shift enter for a forced line return, contact. Okay, so if I go to type, show hidden characters, you can see that I've got paragraph breaks after each line of text and forced returns after each line of page numbering. So I can use that to my advantage when using styles. So what I'm going to do is select the first numbers. In fact, I'm going to select everything first and just change it to Arial Bold. Okay, then I'm going to take the first numbers and I'm going to push that size up really big and make it black with a tint of 50%. And then for the text, I'll select that and I'll make that 20 points. Okay, I'm also going to select everything and change the space before just to spread everything out nicely. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to make a style that's going to apply to everything here. So the first thing I'm going to do is make a character style for this 4 and 5. So under character styles, I'm going to Option or Alt click, and I'm going to call this content page numbers. Say OK. And then for this text here, I'm going to make a paragraph style. So Alt or Option click, and I'm going to call this content page text. But before I press OK, I'm going to go down here to drop caps and nested styles, and I'm going to say new nested style. I'm going to choose that character style called content page numbers, and I'm going to say through one forced line break. So what it's basically saying is use the character style called content page numbers until you come to a forced line break, then revert to this paragraph style. So it's a little bit complex, but what I'm doing is just showing you the potential here for being able to format your document quickly. So if I press OK, now if I go here and I select this and I click on that paragraph style, it automatically does the formatting for me. If I select this, click on that paragraph style, automatically formats it for me. So if I hide my character, hide hidden characters, that's given me a paragraph style that actually formats exactly how I want to. Before the forced line break, it's the character style. After the forced line break, it's the paragraph style. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and see you next time.